My man Czar make tracks like this.
What's going on, y'all? I want to give you my first impressions of the Waves Smack Attack. This is their new transient shaper, and I'm giving it a test drive here to see how I like it compared to my other transient designers that I have, which are the Soft Tube Transient Shaper, which is my go-to right now, and the Metric Halo Transient Control. So one thing I immediately notice about the Smack Attack is that it has a lot more features and options, which really plays into my workflow when I'm mixing. I may have multiple compressor plugins, for example, and each one of them, I have one that's very easy to use. I have one that I would say is more has a medium feature set, and then one that is extra tweaky, has a whole bunch of features. And that's kind of the way I see this with this transient designer. My Metric Halo one, I'd say, is the most simplest and easiest. We've only got a couple knobs here, really simple. The transient shaper adds a few more bells and whistles, but the Smack Attack really takes it there with the ability with the duration and sensitivity, which is basically a threshold control. Really gives me features that I don't have on these other transient shapers. So after playing with this for not even a minute, I've decided that I'm going to purchase it because it just gives me features and options that my other transient designers do not have. But let's take a listen to it. I've got it up on a kick here for a mix that I'm working on, and we're going to let's take a listen to just a setting. What I've done is I've taken the Smack Attack, the transient shaper, and the transient control from the Metric Halo, and I've set them all to a setting that I liked, and then I went through comparing the three, and that's when I started to do this video. So let's go through that first. Let's just listen to this kick. Let's bypass everything. Let's listen to this kick, and then we'll go through those three plugins and just listen to the differences for them, and then we'll talk about them for a second. So this is the kick dry. Let's get the snare out of there. Okay. And now let's see what I've done with the Smack Attack. And with the transient shaper. And the Metric Halo. All right, so with all of these, I added some attack and just a little bit of sustain. Well, let's add just a little bit of sustain here with the Smack Attack. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and we'll listen to each one of them with a more of a quick transition, so we can hear more of an immediate difference between them. So definitely to my ears, the Smack Attack sounds the most round and the most full. The Metric Halo one has something I like going on kind of in the sustain there, which is interesting to me because I don't have much of the sustained turn on, but I'm hearing something at the end of the transient, or on the tail end of the kick drum, that I'm not hearing with the other ones. Let's move over to the snare. So this is the snare that I have dry, and once again I have uh, created some settings with the Smack Attack, Transient Shaper, and Transient Control, and let's go through those three. And here's the snare dry. All right, so that's the snare. I'm going to just look through this quick. That's we got a lot of attack here on the Smack Attack. Okay, we got a lot of punch as well on the Transient Shaper. Okay, I wanted to make sure I had them set somewhat similar in settings. Once again, the Smack Attack sounds the best to my ears out of those three. So I'm really impressed with it. And one feature that it has that the others don't is you have an option to limit. And now as far as the clip, we've got an option there on the Transient Shaper. So let's take a listen to the Transient Shaper clip. Let's turn that on versus the Smack Attack. Let's start with the Transient Shaper. And actually, to do this, let's move back over to the kick drum because that's where we're going to hear it more there. So let's turn the clip on, Smack Attack, let's turn that clip on, and let's compare these two. So that's interesting. We've got two totally different sounds when we're clipping with these two. Let's take a listen real quick to the limit, which is a limiter, instead of clipping. And it does have a different sound than the clip. So let's check that out. Okay, so as you can hear, we've got a different sound with the limiter than the clipper here. It's really interesting that we have two different sounds with the clipping on both of these transient plugins. It's really good because it allows you, if you have both of these plugins, it's going to allow you to get different sounds and just increase your versatility here. But again, that's a quick look and first impressions of the Smack Attack from Waves. I will be purchasing this. It's the intro price is $49 right now, which is not bad at all for a transient designer plugin. I can't remember what I paid for the soft tube, the Metric Halo, and I think I caught on sale for a couple bucks. So $49, definitely not bad. Waves does really good with their intro prices on new products, but really impressed with the Smack Attack. So download the demo. I forget how long Waves demos are good for, but my demo won't be good for long because I'm about to purchase this very soon and get to using it in my mixes. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time.